in my room, like on my bed, and I was like gutting. I'm like, man, it would be nice to have dinner with my family sort of thing with my mum and my daughter.
Yeah.
And then mum had already gone across the road to get fish and chips, and I was sitting there like kind of like down, like feeling, oh man, like I didn't feel that great. And then Kiana popped her head and she's like, Dad, would you like a Nana and I came and ate on the bed with you? And I was like, oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So we had like a fish and chip picnic on my bed last night, and then the Warriors were on, and it was bloody hard to watch. And it was like just like at halftime anyway.
Didn't they win?
And yeah, oh mate, don't get me started on that fucking game. And then so I was like, what's something quick to watch? And I decided to put on IT Crowd, the work trip.
Oh.
I put that on, and they absolutely loved it, man. Cause I thought Kiana went really, like, Mum was in hysterics, but then when Kiana popped, when she turns around after, like, I'm disabled, like, you want a whiskey? Yeah. And turns around and Moss is behind the bar.
Yeah, I love that. That's the best part of the whole thing.
And man, my daughter absolutely just, like, I have a whiskey, my whiskey. And a house wine. Like, yeah.
And he goes to get the glass and they all collapse.
Yeah, man, that's so, oh my God. Because one thing that's funny about that, it's just like, we get a sing-along going, yeah? It's a long way back to Manchester. And, like, where they are in the CBD compared to Manchester, like, when I showed my brother, he laughed as well, because that's like an 8 to 10 hour drive.
Oh, shit.
That's why, that's like, God, it's so good. Like, yeah, and it was just a cool moment. We watched that, and then, then they fucked off, and I put the Warriors back on. I'm like, yeah, like, oh, same old. And then, yeah, it was the most roller coaster, like, oh my God, fucking Warriors, man. But we won.
Yeah.
We fucking won, so that's cool.
I actually only know we won because a friend of mine, funnily enough from Auckland, posted.
Yeah.
Cameron May, if you're listening, posted. Warriors won, but what a shit show or something like that.
Yeah, it was just heart in the mouth bullshit. Like, I'm like, why do I willingly? I even have people that are like mates of mine that are diehard league fans, but the other clubs, the ones that win, so to speak. And they're like, how the fuck do you do that, mate? Like, how do you do this? Like, this is just, I want to jump in front of a bloody bus. I'm like, yep, tried bloody, 25 years of that shit. That's,
yeah.
And that's where we are. Like, don't tell me about the fucking Warriors like I don't know. I know.
Yeah. What do you think it is about, well, hold on, let me just start by, like, I don't watch league, right? The only league I watch is if there's a big international game on that has the Kiwis
versus
another, and it's free to air.
And it's, wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, I found out today, I came home and got an email, and turns out my wife has ordered Sky Sports. So maybe I'll watch a bit more.
Right, good. That's a keeper.
She wants it for the netball, which is fine. I've learnt to love netball.
Oh, God, that's got to be one of the hardest watches.
No, it was at first. But once you learn the game, it's actually really exciting.
Yeah, I know the game, but it's just like, I'm a basketball player, dude. Like,
yeah, okay, fair enough. Anyway.
Got the bloody... Put the legs on the short skirts. Anyway.
The legs and short skirts, yeah. But the faces, the faces.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I can't judge, I'm ugly. But, look, the Warriors. So, I'm not a big league follower.
Right.
I will follow it from a distance, and I keep track of roughly the board, the ratings and whatever.
The ladder.
Yeah, and just to see how they do. As a Kiwi, I support all Kiwi sports.
Nice.
I just want to put that out there. But what do you think it is about the Warriors, where season after season they have all this promise? Not that they say, but like on paper they have a promising team, and yet it doesn't link up. Do you think it's the lack of coaching, or do you think it's the players, or do you think it's the fact that because New Zealand is predominantly a union country, we're not producing the quality that Aussie is producing?
None of that.
What do you think it is?
We invest in the wrong places. Like, so I said it like last year, coming into this season.
Yeah.
This is the first time. I'm going to nerd out for you, but I'll keep it quick.
Go for it. Go for it.
We invested money in our forwards. Like the game is like won and lost in the forward pack. Instead of like buying some like really like high price like guy that used to be amazing, blah blah, like in the backs, like who takes up all our salary cap, so we can't afford to buy anyone else.
Yeah.
And we pin our hopes on, some like this like amazing signing, and I'm like, Yeah, and another amazing sign, but they're kind of like a year or two past their prime, but they still got the name, and we pinned our hopes on that. But when this time around, they actually did it correct. Like they invested money in the forwards. Like we got a guy called Matt Lodge, this white dude who he's most famous for. It was a home invasion and domestic grievous bodily harm to men and women, like something like over in London. Like he went and just destroyed people, and I'm like. And people are like, we can't. And then the Broncos got him, and they're like, we can't have a guy like that in our league. And I'm like, bring out the woman bashing mongrel, like mate, like bring it out of you, like you know, like and they invested money in the right places, like that's why, like it's. And that's it. Like it's funny. And as soon as we like had that big loss last week, immediately they go back to that old, oh, there's a problem with the culture, and then blah blah blah, and that's all in the headlines throughout Aussie. And it's like that's a crock of shit. Like no.
Because you do read about like with the Warriors, you do read a lot of articles. Like I remember a few years back, they blamed the fact that the team wasn't doing so well because they wouldn't wear a consistent jersey. And I'm like,
oh, don't get me started on this one. Well, I fucking agree with that shit.
Yeah.
In a way, yes.
Yeah. In one way, I was like, well, the All Blacks jersey never changes. It's always black. But do you think that's a factor? The fact that
I just felt
the management aren't making consistent decisions in terms of
the management. It was from the you know, from the top down sort of thing. But one thing that pissed me off is you look at like every club, right? So Manly maroon and white, Bulldogs blue and white, Roosters are tricolours, like Raiders are green and white. It's been like that since I was a kid. Like Broncos is maroon and gold. Like and then the Warriors they come along in 1995 with what they're wearing now, which is the blue, the green, and the red, which is a god awful combination. But the problem is, the reason why that's our colours is like that's not Auckland colours because of the Auckland Warriors back in the day. The only reason why with that fucking colourway is because of DB Bitter was the sponsor, like which is the worst beer in history. It's like, I don't think you fucking buy that shit no more. And then they fucking deviated to more like it was black, white, and red. I'm like, yes, like stick to that. And next thing you know, it was like this like brown kuru design, and there was a green one. And one year the strip was like literally. Like they had this competition, like kids' artwork, and the winning art like piece like was their strip, which is cute, right? It's fucking bullshit because it was an 8-year-old like crayon bloody drawing on the front of the Warriors jersey, and that was one of the strips. And when you go to a home game, there's no uniformity. There's just like a mishmash of colours.
Jerseys,
And I don't like the black. I don't like the red, blue, and green. But at the same time, like if you're gonna do it, stick to it. And I've done it 3 years in a row now. And that's cool. Don't get me started. Oh my god. I think I've got 17 jerseys.
Yeah.
17?
17 different jerseys?
Yeah, well, not the same. Well, I'm not going to buy 17 of the same.
Well, some people do.
Why?
I don't know these people.
I want to know these, but I have 17. I have 17 of the same jersey.
Because even like the Crusaders, who are arguably the best team in the country for anything, right? One of. Arguably they win more than anyone else, right? Crusaders. But even they switch up their jerseys every year, but not to the point where it's changing mid-season.
Yeah.
Like, they're consistent. Like, this is the jersey for the year.
Right.
So if you buy this jersey, you have this year's jersey. But they do tend to change it every year, so that way you have to go buy another jersey. Which I get, but I don't approve of.
Right.
Because it's like, if you're like me and you can't afford another jersey...
Oh, the jersey's insane in price, man.
They're very expensive.
Stupid. But yeah, at the end of the day, like people are just like, how do you still support the Warriors? Because that's my team. If the All Blacks started losing every game every year to the point where they become the wooden spoon whipping boys of world rugby, which
they did in the early 2000s.
What do you fucking do? Do you go, well, my team's not winning, so I'm gonna jump ship and be a Springbok fan now? Or it's more like, you know, if you've got a kid who's not doing too well in school, but there's this other kid in the class who's doing really well, and you're like, I want that kid. Do you switch teams? Like, it's a bit of a you know, extreme.
I would switch kids, yeah.
Anyway,
but I'm an asshole, so.
Yeah, I say cunt, but same thing. It's a body part. Slang terminology for body part.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck. Today was cool. That workshop, bro. Like,
yeah.
And even seeing the family and the kids again. It's been a while, but When are we? What are we? Are we going to clean up? Are you going to set up the cameras and the recording and?
Yeah. While we're recording, I'm just going to.
Are we recording?
We are recording. Yeah.
How
We've been
long?
recording for a little while.
Oh, so we've been talking. So the opening 12 to 15 minutes of our podcast this week starts with Warriors, and
Starts with the Warriors. Yeah.
Well, that's fucking cool. I mean, 98.5% of people listening, I don't give a fuck. But for me personally,
It's a big deal.
it's a big deal. But I didn't know we're recording again. I am a bit of a noob with that shit. Like,
Yeah. So welcome to this week's Having a Laugh.
yeah. So what do we call it? Having a
Oh,
laugh.
Having a Laugh. Fuck! I did it again. Welcome to Before You Jump.
It's been that long.
Oh man, it's been a while.
It's been a while because I had the COVID.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about that?
Oh man, it sucks. It's so all those people out there that get COVID and they have a little bit of the sniffles and the boo-hoos and the, I felt a little bit tired today. Like they get fucked.
My little worn. Everything tastes like cardboard.
Yeah, no, you suck my my big toe, and it's because it's bullshit. Because I got absolutely just smashed.
Yeah.
Because, well, back in 2020 when this whole pandemic came along, and because of my health issues with the 2 autoimmune disorders and the blah blah blahs and the clavens, maven, like all the shit that I have, like I tick every one of those boxes apart from being old.
Yeah.
Elderly. The rest I tick, and for the last 2 years, like every physician, doctor, person you talk to, right down to your armchair critic, like doctor, like that think they know best, they unanimously are like, if you get COVID,
You're fucked.
you dead, like, or at the very least you're going to be
Wipe
absolutely
yourself off.
fucked. And they weren't that far off because so a couple of weeks ago when I got COVID, there was a moment there where it's like, oh man, this is the moment we've been dreading, like, and what's going to happen to me, sort of thing. And the answer is absolute horribleness. What's going behind me? What's that noise?
It's a dog.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so, long story short, what happened to me, that the symptoms were, for me, personally, is, first of all, the most overwhelming fatigue, like bodily fatigue I've ever experienced. So when I was in the thick of it, when I'd try and, first of all, my daughter would have to help me sit up, and because I couldn't move, and I'll go to, have, a spoonful of soup, and it was like lifting weights, like a dumbbell. That soup, and then doing that and putting the spoon back down, it was like I was so exhausted, like I'd run the cross country sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was the most overwhelming fatigue I've ever experienced, like chest pain, body pain, tremors. So I was very shaking. Did it make me regret those Michael J. Fox jokes? Not at all. But I was shaking like crazy, but I was panting. I couldn't really get a good solid breath, but the problem is I was quite bronchial, so I was real chesty while it was shortness of breath. It was really quite bad. And so when I first got the tested for it, my daughter and my mum, they rang Healthline. The problem is I'm quite well known around these, I'm known out here in these streets, man. Like my name, on Healthline, she put my name in, and immediately the alarm bells went off because they woke me up, and I was like, what's going on? Like my daughter's like, Dad, wake up! I'm like, whoa, and it's like, is this Calvin Westcombe? I'm like, yes. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? I just heard this voice over the phone. She's like, can you confirm your identity? I was like, yep, are you this person, this your date? I'm like, yes. And she's like, right, I'm about to dispatch an ambulance. I've also notified the hospital. They're waiting for you. But needless to say, you need to be there ASAP. And I just I've already talked to your mother and daughter about, not panicking, but this, it's very, is it very, make or break, what was the word she said? It was just basically critical, I was like, okay, and then as soon as she got off the phone, or in my head, I'm like, I ain't going fucking nowhere. I'm staying right here. But my mum and daughter were rushing around, and they're like, are you ready to go? I was like, nah, I'm not going. And they're like, what? And I just said, look, you know that I know my body better than anyone. And right now, I don't feel I'm at the point where I need to go to the hospital. Because that was 2 weeks ago, right? If I had gone that night, I swear to God, I'd still be there right now.
Yeah.
And you, how long were you in the hospital? 4 or 5?
5 days.
So this would be day
5 or 6, yeah.
14, 15 for me up there.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not going to go but then I started to get worse.
Yeah.
And to the point where, it was really worrying my daughter. And what happened was when I woke up randomly, and my daughter thought I was still asleep, and she's quite a tough girl, right?
Yeah.
And it was a moment where she was sitting on the edge of my bed, and she was talking to me because she thought I was asleep.
Yeah.
And she was saying, she was crying, and she was like, please talking to me like I was awake, but saying like, please reconsider like going to the hospital, Dad. I only have, in my opinion, one parent.
Yeah.
You're my everything. I can't lose you. Please don't die. And I sort of went, oh, is that you, babe? And then immediately she was like, oh, hey, Dad, I just checked to see if you needed like a top of your water. And she like, do you need anything? I was like, no, I'm good, thank you, Dad. I love you. She's like, love you, Dad. And she left, and I was lying there. I'm just like, and I can't yell, so I was knocking on the wall, and she came back in like, Dad, yeah. I'm like, I said to her, darling, if I'm like this by tonight or worse, any worse, I promise you I'm going to go to the hospital. And our running thing is, she will tell anyone that my dad's never broken a promise in my entire life. So when I said I'd promise you, it gave her that, at least it put her mind at ease. But it also, to me, was like, well, yeah, if I get any worse. And I started to get worse, but then I just stayed at that point.
Yeah.
But that was what I said at the start of this yarn. That was how I was. I was shaking. Yeah. Absolute, like, just fatigue. But I had chest pain and back pain, hot and cold sweats, and the panting. But I was real phlegmy and bronchial. Yeah. And it's like, because the fear is now like, okay, this isn't killing you, but you're on the knock on the door of pneumonia, which will surefire fucking kill me. Yeah. So even I'm like, because I just said to, mum and my daughter, I just said, like, I'm not being ignorant. I know that unless it's absolute, like, to that point where you need to go, you don't need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, because there's nothing they can do for COVID.
Exactly.
Just put you on oxygen.
I'm going to be doing exactly what we're doing here. Like, but, just let me, and they trusted me. But I stayed in that sort of condition for about 8 days straight of just can't breathe, like this and that. And it was brutal, man. Wow. And then when that started to subside, I still had these other, like I could, when I would go to stand up, I'd get like vertigo, like very, very dizzy and faint. Yeah. And it's only been the last couple of days where I feel like functional again. So COVID fucking knocked me it took me through the ringer, man.
Yeah. Wow.
But here I am.
Because it's funny because, like, obviously we know each other fairly well now. We know each other very well.
100%.
But we also, like, I know your patterns really well now.
Yeah, you sort of notion that it's been even long even for you.
Yeah, so, like, at first I was like...
Classic Kels.
I was like, okay, we recorded, an episode went up, he was cool, and then I didn't hear for a few days. I was like, well, that's normal. Like, he normally gets crook again, like, he'll slope down. I was like, oh, I'll message him in about 3 days, and he'll be, if not on the upward slope, maybe he's already there. You know what I mean? And then I remembered we talked about going to a show.
Me too.
You were going to go to a particular show because you had someone to go with.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And that show rolled around, and JWF messaged me, Mr. Finley, and was like, have you heard from Kels? We were meant to be going to the show, and you said you had a lady friend to go with at the time. But I didn't know if John knew that, so I didn't want to that's between you and, that was said between you and me. So I was like, I don't know. He's either already there or whatever. So a few more days passed, and then
That was a
Saturday. Yeah. And then that was a show at Old Pete's that I was in. And then
that show.
I think that was that show. Yeah.
Is it the one that I eventually did go to?
No.
Oh, okay.
You didn't go.
Oh, sorry. Then wow, I don't even know.
So then, anyway, a few more days passed, and even Jen was like, "Have you heard from Kels?" And I was like, "No, I haven't heard from him." And I was like, "I'll message him," and so I sent you that first message. Right. And then I said to her, like the next day, she's like, "Did Kels message you back?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Normally he would have by now." And I'm like, "Yeah, he would have by now." Then I'm like, But I think he had a date, so maybe he's just banging someone for a week. So
Yeah,
that's what I said in my
I
message.
just had her in my cave for 4 days straight.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me give you my suit. It's just like,
I'm almost empty one more time.
that poor girl, 4 days straight.
She's
It's
drowning.
we won't repeating the exact expletives in the voice clip, but it was to the point where I was making, let's say I was making passionate love with a woman in a room that she never left for 4 days. And those words, I was like, wow. That's brutal. That sounds like a good way to spend 4 days. That's not real pain.
So anyway, I messaged you a few more times because it was starting to get out of the ordinary amount of time. Like he would have messaged back by now, even if it's just to acknowledge my message or to say, "Hey man, I'm still crook."
Yeah, it'll be a quick little text.
Yeah, it would be something to be like, "I'm still alive. Don't worry about it." So anyway, Jen and I were getting really panicky. Like we were both like, "Why hasn't he messaged? Like, fuck, something's up." And I'd asked Morgan, like I said in work, I was like, "Have you heard from Kels?" He's like, "No, but that's not unusual." And I'm like,
Yeah, but think about how long has it been?
yeah, that's what I keep thinking. I was like, yeah, not unusual for you, but for me, it's unusual. Like, I would have heard from him by now. And even if you were just a bit sick, you still would have checked in. Yeah. If you'd seen, I sent 3 messages, you would have been like, I'm okay.
It's been surpassed a week now.
Yeah, yeah, man.
It was a week and a half, yeah, shit.
Even Jen was like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, if I don't hear from him, I'll message his brother. Because even though I don't have your brother on Facebook, I should add him. I was like, I know how to find him. So I was like, if nothing else, I can message Pete and be like, is Kels okay? Haven't heard from him. And I think I was like, if I haven't heard from him by tonight, I'll do that. And you messaged me that day.
Yeah, Buzzer, yeah.
Yeah, to say, oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I've had COVID. And that's when I was like, that's cool. Don't fucking come near me.
yeah. Like, it went from love to...
A subtle hint of like... Fuck? When you're better, let me know.
And let's not forget that it was while you guys were up north.
Yes,
and it was,
that was the other thing.
Yeah, and that was, we might as well touch on that. Like I think it was day 3 or so or 4 out sleep. I actually listened back to those voice clips I was sending you where I was like, I just sounded like death, and I was not. And when you haven't slept for like 2 to 3 days, you can imagine, you know, how just out of sorts you are. Yeah. But then now you're victim to, like, you know, the mental, that the black dog, like, sort of this mental health, like, stuff.
And that's why I was getting worried.
Yeah, because I even said to you, like, look, man, like, I think I was real teary-eyed. I was just like, mate, I'm so much pain. I want to sleep, but I can't. And, you know, and it's like, I'm just sitting here out in my, like, man cave / shed office, whatever. Like, you know, I'm home alone for the next few hours. Like, and I'm like, I just can't do this, man. Like, I really, because I only know this because I listened back to it, and it was, but I remember I was in a really bad place by that point. Yeah. And because I feel like I've been kicking the mental health ass lately, which has been great for as long back as I can remember. I feel like this is the best I've been in terms of having a grasp on what I'm going through, and having ways of getting through it in a better way. But that particular afternoon when I was messaging you, I was like, it was more along the lines of like, I don't know how much longer I can do this shit. And when I said that, again, in hindsight, I listened to it later, but when I said that, as well as like I'm at home alone for the next few hours, and I just don't know, man. I think I started petering off. Like it was weird. Your messages were really strange. Yeah. It honestly sounded like you've been drinking. Oh. But I knew you hadn't been. Yeah, and I remember like near the end of the voice clip, I was like, I just don't know anymore, man. I just don't know how long. This ain't right, and why can't someone fucking fix me? Because I can't, no human being. And I was really upset, and blah, blah, blah. And then I listened to it later on, but I don't remember much. Like, it was very, and like, you had every right to be terrified. And then I said my mate from Wongers was coming. Yeah. But then he messaged like, he was like, the kids have got fucking COVID. Like, I've completely forgot, so I can't come through. And I don't think I actually told you that he wasn't coming. Cause you told me later. Yeah, I think that was like, I even had the presence of mind at the time to be like, if I tell him that, now that... Oh, because we were ready to come home. You were like, oh, I feel so... relieved that he's coming
Yeah.
over, and for me to be like, oh no, he's not now. And then it would have been another depressing voice clip. Even I had that presence of mind to be like, nah, that's gonna really freak him the fuck out. Like I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
But that was not good.
Because we were up there, and I said,
Yeah, but for the younger aim.
Yeah, and which is like 8 hours. And I was going, Gina, fuck, he's really bad. I was like, she's like, what's going on? I said, his eye, he's in so much pain.
Oh yeah, that's right, Mike. That was when the transplant first. Oh,
yeah, because
I forgot about that. I was in so much pain.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's really bad. And he's home alone. I'm really worried. And she was like, well, do you want to go home?
Did she hear any of the?
No, she didn't. She was downstairs, and afterwards she came up. My stepmom did.
They're hard to listen to. Now.
My stepmom did, and she was like, Jesus Christ.
That was only like 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. So and
what did your stepmom? Did she hear it?
Yeah, because I was in the lounge,
right,
and she was pottering around the kitchen and stuff, and she was like, because at first she's like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I'm talking to my mate Kels. We do voice clips because it's easier for him to, because he can't see. And I said, and his retina transplant is failing. And then she goes, his other eye should be okay then. And I'm like, well,
yeah.
And so I was telling her, and she's like, oh, this is who you do the podcast with. And I was like, yeah. And so I told Gina afterwards, and she was like, well, if we need to go home, we can go home. And I said, well, no, there's things we'll do before that. And I was like, I can always call Tash and say, you need to go get Calvin. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Or I could always, like I said, reach out to your brother or whoever, you know, auntie, and just give her a call and be like, you need to go over to Kels's house for a bit and just sit with him, you know?
Yeah.
But when you said your mate was coming, I was like, fucking choice. That's someone he can talk to, who he knows as well as anyone in the world.
Yeah, you see that voice clip had so much relief in your voice, but then
I was
5 minutes
so
after
relieved.
that was when I found out he's not coming now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even I had the, you know, all the shit that I've been through and yada yada, like the darkest times I've been through. This was like, I knew this was a bad spot that I was in.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was scared. Like,
yeah.
And then when he wasn't coming through, I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna? Literally, like, what am I gonna do? Like, saying along the lines of, I really, like, I'm not dying today.
Yeah.
You know, like, but then, yeah, it sucked.
Because the other option I had was Morgan, but he, I think, was still in isolation. Because he had it too. I can't remember if he was in isolation or not, but I was like, if worse comes to worse, Morgan would break isolation. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I felt like, it was hard because I was like, I really should tell you that he's not coming now. But then now I'm feeling like, I'm just like, the motherfucker's meant to be having this holiday up there, and I don't want to be that guy. It's just like always a drama with me, and it's always bad news. It's always, so I decided not to.
Yeah.
But then I was sitting there dead quiet in the shed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was talking out loud. I'm like, come on, Kels. Like, this is not good. You know what's happening right now. You know, you nearly killed yourself a couple of times over the last few months. Like, and it's the same thing. But now, no, it's not just the mental health. It's the fact, the lack of sleep, the absolute pain I was in, the fact that, and, you know, and knowing that I was home alone for the next few hours, and it was like, I was like, you know, I was crying. I was like, you're not dying today. Like, I'm like, you're not fucking dying today, dude. Like. Yeah, it was bad. Like, it was all a big, it was a bit of a haze, but then it was later on, like, when I listened to those voice clips I was sending you. Yeah. And it was really, I didn't sound, I just was just...
You weren't yourself. You could hear that you weren't.
Yeah, and I was sort of in and out of, like, not consciousness, but that whole... Like I said, when I nearly hung myself that time in January, where I blacked out for those few minutes. Yeah. And I remember it clear as day, like, again, I'll rehash it quickly. I was having a cigarette. I just remember putting the cigarette on the table in front of me, which is weird. And then the very next thing I remember is I was, like, pretty much standing on Dad's lazy boy. Yeah. And I'd already knotted half of the extension cord. Yeah. I'd already done, like, half of it. And the extension cord is stashed away at the other end of the shed. Yeah. So to me, that's, like, 2 to 3 minutes of blackout time. And, like, I knew that was... I was coming in and out of that, and with the headspace I was in, the fact that, like, because your defense mechanisms they're not even existent when you don't have sleep, and the pain that I was in, and I'm like, I sat there, and the reason why I was crying, I was just like, because I knew that, I said out loud, if you sit here, it's not a good ending. Yeah. You know? And then I was like, and Mum and Kiana coming home with my niece, like having a nice afternoon out, the fact that how are you gonna feel, the fact that we were like talking and then that happens, and I was just like, and I was like, get up, like come on man, like I haven't talked about this, like it's quite confronting. Like I got up, I was like, come on man, like get up, like fucking get up dude, and I was like shaking, like in so much pain. Like my spine was like, oh man, I was telling you, like because of my I had the horrendously sore stomach because I've been dealing with like intestinal stuff with my, so I couldn't lay down on my back, but because my neck was so, spine was so bad, I couldn't even like sort of sit back to, you know, like in a 45-degree angle, so that completely nullified any kind of way of sleeping. So I was just like, come on, dude, like, and I was punching the table in front of me, not hard, just like, come on, man. Like, and I managed to get up, and I'm like, now get the fuck out of here. Like, I was talking to myself, and I got outside, and I'm like, but then I said, now what? Like, now what am I gonna do? Because then I didn't have the energy to walk inside, so I just walked to this like chair outside, and you know, and I don't remember much more like than that, but you know, but. I was feeling sad as well because it's like should I tell you what's going on, or should I? It's like, you know, I've already put him through enough like today with these voice clips, like you need to get through, but then on top of that you're like, but fuck dude, you know right now you need help, like, and then it gets to the point where I can't hold my phone because I've got like, you know, because of my nerve endings, like they were really flared up too, so I couldn't grip the phone. So now it's like, well, now you've missed that opportunity to ask for fucking help. So now it's on you. You know? And I had to really grip my toes in the sand and like, I haven't actually told anyone that in detail that what happened. That was only 3 weeks ago. And there was just like you know, even though I feel like I've been doing really well with the mental health, when your defense mechanisms are down, so when you're like in that sort of state, it's amazing how dark how, you know, deep it gets. And but then after everything that's been going on the last 6 months with like the podcast and, you know, and being really open about what's going on, it's what it's done. It's given me like ways like to deal with it and knowing where I was heading, because I'd hate to think if I just sat there, I don't know, like I could have just blacked out and gone to sleep. I don't think so, because I couldn't sit up straight. I was in so much pain, but at the same time, I don't know, it sucked, like and saying that I realized now, like that, you know, we were in such a good mood like this afternoon with like the comedy workshop that we just came from and the stuff that, you know, and just let's go back to, we're comedians for fuck's sake, let's just be ourselves, like but then, you know, organically this podcast has started with like me talking about this stuff, but I'm glad because I wasn't going to tell anyone, like I didn't want to tell Mum and Kiana like when they came home, because they went to the Esplanade with my niece. You know, and they were like, you know, I could tell I could hear when they got home, I could hear them laughing in the car. And I don't want them to come around the corner. It's just like, you guys having a great time? Like, good afternoon. Okay, let me fuck that up for you. Like, you know, and with you over the phone, I was like, I don't know. I just was just gonna leave it at that. But privately, like, you know, it sucked, but look what you got yourself out of it.
That's really powerful.
But it wasn't. I was really on the cusp of and I can only put it down to what I've learned over the last 6 months. Because if I hadn't known that knowledge of this is where you know where you're going, can't get the fuck up. Like I hate to think what would have happened. So it's also a reminder, like, you're doing well. You're on the front foot right now with this mental health in this battle, but. Like, it's always right, that black dog barking at your back door sort of thing. It's always right there. It's a reminder that, like, this is a for life thing. And those moments, you need to have those things in place, like in case, you know, when shit hits the fan, like, you have it in yourself to get out of it. And that was what I was happy about. That's why I was privately like, okay, I don't need to worry the bro anymore, like, Mum and Kiana anymore. But privately, I'm like.
That was a win.
That was, but a fucking massive close one.
And
then right off the back of that, you don't hear from me for 2 fucking weeks. It's just like, what a shit friend.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, I
like,
knew, like you were having your eye. Do you know what I mean? Mm. And so I knew you went well. So like, if the first, not even week, but like the first 5 days, I'm like, I know he's not well.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to bug him because that's just going to be annoying. But then after that, that's when I started sending those check-in messages. Like, I just want to know you're okay. Do you know what I mean? I just want a thumbs up reply. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just need that
phone. Who knows? It was off in somewhere in my room for like, it was off for a good fucking week.
Yeah.
Like but yeah.
I really got to get your mum on my Facebook or someone.
Yeah, you should.
I should,
yeah,
and
like,
that way I can just message and be like,
no, because then like instead of trying to get me to get her to get the chop suey that you want, you just direct message like, hey, I'd say like.
We'll come back to chop suey.
Yeah.
Let's come back, circle around, because I had some. So let's circle back to that. But in terms of not the mental health, but the physical health, like you seem okay, but the COVID, has that had any side effects? Like any? Because some people say that they get long lasting stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine like there was stuff that was lingering, but nah, I'm sweet. I actually am like in terms of that, the after effects of COVID, but in the midst of it, yeah, it was shit.
It was shit.
It was shit show, but here, that's cool. It's now gone now. It's just in the revision now. That's
I'm having this weird thing about COVID where I keep rolling the dice and I keep winning.
Rolling the dice in what way?
Like, if I do this, I might end up with COVID. If I go here, like the other day, I had to go to Wellington for one meeting. And I'm like, is this worth the risk of going to Wellington for one meeting?
Because people don't give a fuck about COVID now. They just like they have it.
They have it.
Carry
They just
on.
don't. Yeah, exactly. And that's my concern. Is like I'm meeting a bus provider in a cafe of all places, because the company's working from home as well. Well, not the drivers, but like the admin team. So he's like, oh, just come around the corner, meet me at a cafe. So like, there's that risk and all that sort of thing, and we just keep not getting it. So it worries me when people really close start getting it, and I worry about them.
Yeah,
but you hear some shit. You hear about some people who get it bad.
Yeah,
and that's
it comes down to your underlying health condition, though.
Yeah,
if you're quite a healthy human being, like
which I'm not.
Like, well, it depends really.
like cholesterol wise, weight.
but there's certain triggers for COVID where, you know, like, so if you, for instance, if you have like diabetes, a horrible like disease, right?
Yeah.
But that has no effects in terms of the in terms of COVID by the looks of it. Like, whereas if you have something like asthma, then you're far more prone to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worries me too, because COVID worries me for my wife, because she's got terrible lungs.
Yeah.
Like she had bronchitis and all that sort of thing. She's forever got breathing issues. Like when she gets a cold, she struggles. Like she struggles to breathe and stuff. Yeah. So that always worries me. It's like, oh shit, if she gets it, it's going to be bad. Because
when I tested like negative, like I'm going to wait at least 24 hours. Even though I'm negative now, I'll wait at 24 to 48 hours just to be like, so if like, let's say like touch wood you don't, but like hypothetically, if you got COVID like in the next few days, it's just like, even though I've just had it, like I came clean a few days ago, and I still was like, nah, I want to wait a few.
I'd give it a bit more.
Yeah.
I played that message that you sent about like, I'll wait another 24 hours and I go to gym. He's a good friend.
Yeah, like
because most people will be selfish and be like, I'm getting out.
No, I was like, no, like I've come this far, like it's all good. I wait a little bit longer, but you know, COVID's good. Like everything's going okay. Like, so my thing is like, once I get over COVID, like this eye's getting sorted like ASAP, because that's the next thing that needs done. Like it's brutally bad. Like
looks bad.
It's just pretty much
like
white. Red
around the outside. Yeah.
And like the pupils kind of like that whole area's kind of whitish now, cloudy.
I will say, it will be a shame to lose a reflective cloudiness because it looks so fucking.
It's
superhero
different.
Boss.
It's different. It's a bit different.
Like it looks very like. You've read like Cable comic books. Do you know what I mean? He has the eye.
Yeah, no, he was like, just like, oh, that's an interesting. You know, what is it? The eye, the lenses. Like, have we got one of those novelty, contact lenses? Like, no. It's lack of a better word, fucked.
No, you need to play that up and be like, you ever see $6 Million Man? If you look in the back of my head, you can see right.
But no, like it's all good. So we're good now.
Yeah.
but in terms of this podcast, like, it's amazing the amount of, we've had a few weeks off, and I time to reflect, and we'll talk about it in the car.
Yeah.
About the stuff that, like, we've been making moves, like, in terms of, now we're at the point where we can, like, plug products and whatnot. Like, do we tell them, like, stuff that we've been sent lately? Or do we gloat? Is it gloating? If we... Did we...
No.
Okay.
I think transparency with the audience is important.
Okay, well, we got to choose between two products. One of them was basically Viagra, and it's like, I don't know about you, but I don't need that. And you're just like, no. And then what's the other? You're like, what's the other product? And it's just like manscaping tools. But it's not called manscaping. It's just man shave.
Man shave, yeah.
And did you try the shit out?
Man shave.
The stuff that they see.
Look, the thing I have to admit is I'm more of a Veet man.
A Veet man? Veet. Is that the hair removal cream?
Yeah.
I'm scared about cream. I'm scared it's going to burn or like...
You don't want to get it in the hole.
Oh, Jesus.
Either of them.
Why are you so far down the shaft anyway?
Either of them. Sometimes I like to give it a quick... well, I mean...
different kind of lubricant.
I prefer to lather my balls and let the water do the work, if you know what I mean.
I've honestly never tried hair removal cream on my nuts.
Works a treat.
With my head sensitive skin, I'm just a bit worried. Like,
yeah, you got to be careful with that. You want to try a little on your hand first and see if it burns through.
But I don't know, my hand skin is not the same as my scrotum skin,
We'll try a little there too.
Yeah, I guess
The problem with Veet is it smells.
Veet
Smells
of
like burning hair.
Oh, is that what oh.
It doesn't burn it.
But that's what it smells
like?
But
that's what it smells like, yeah.
Upon up, like, it's coming...
you open it and you're like, holy fuck.
So is it like a... So, fucking maneuver this shit. So, what is it called?
Veet.
Veet. Is it just like a cream?
Yeah.
Like, a cream. And
it's a cream, yeah.
And you just... So, as soon as you open it, it smells like burnt...
Hair.
It smells like burnt hair. Like, smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. It smells like a... There's a smell. Desire, my lady. Like, it smells like a used diaper filled with Indian food. Like, smells like burnt hair. Smells like Bigfoot's dick. Like, okay, so no, but like this stuff is like, like little like shavers and...
Yeah, this is different. And I haven't tried it because...
We got a little silver briefcase each for a man shave. Shout out to manshave.com for... Can you believe this? Our podcast about mental health is sponsored by Manshave.
Yeah. And before you jump, try trimming your balls.
Try man shave. Don't you hate it when you're like, God damn, it's a bit hairy down there. So we basically had the opportunity to like have their ad, but our whole thing is about one take, unscripted, unedited.
Yeah.
We'll do the ad ourselves, or plug the product. But you haven't tried the product.
I have to let myself grow out first.
Grow out.
But this is why I started with I'm a Veet man myself.
Oh, okay.
Because I got to let my shit grow so I can have something to trim.
Well, I tried it.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Now, I understand that we not only get free products, but we get paid to plug this product, right? And we full transparency for every X amount of sales through the podcast, we get a commission. But it fucked with my balls, dude. Fuck you, man shave. Actually, straight up, like, I don't know, you go to pull your jockeys down to take a piss, and it's like, it's kind of like there was, the balls were kind of stuck. It was like yeah,
like it scabbed and it took some undies with it.
It did. It fucking yeah. It did. I tried the garden hedge mower, whatever the fuck it's called, because
the hedge trimmer.
We've already ascertained that the man shave is shit. Get fucked. Fuck your products. Thanks for the freebies, but we don't want your money because it hurts our balls. We don't want to put that on our listeners. So I'm gonna trash this product.
Yeah.
What is it? I didn't even bother to fucking learn the model names or whatever. It was some hedge trimmer.
The hedge trimmer or something.
Oh no, something you'd find at Bunnings. Something stupid.
Yeah,
Shave, be original, cunts. Because they fucking, I was like, all right, like, like I saw that ad on YouTube. And I'm like, cool, and thank you for, being amazing podcasters. Here, have some man. What do they call it? Whatever the fuck it's called. I didn't even bother.
Manscaping.
Yeah, manscaping. But they can't. But so I use it on my nuts, and it sort of scabbed up a bit. Ingrowns, you name it. and the trimmer was like, it was kind of like using like a blunt fucking scissors trying to like scissors without a blunt blade trying to cut like cardboard or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Or
like when your scissors get a bit loose.
Or like the
And then they
secateurs
come
of
together
metalwork.
anymore. Oh yeah.
And you're really trying to like, I was trying to trim the pubes above, and it wasn't really working. And it's more like, look, if I plug this product, we get money, but no, I'm just gonna say no.
Do you think? Look, I don't want to judge. All right. And I don't like to throw race into this, you know. But do you think the problem is not so much the razor, but more your thick Newfound pubes?
Well, that's assuming you're just assuming that I have thick bloody
Newfound pubes?
Yeah, like a brilliant.
Yeah,
Like,
I am assuming that. That's why I said I don't want to be that guy, but like maybe they've only tested on like blonde, fair-headed white boys.
Yeah, or like or Chinese, you know, because they're
wispy hair. Yeah, wispy pubes.
What a fucking word. Wispy. Oh, mind my whisper. Oh man, that's gonna get too racist.
Yeah.
Wispy pubes.
Don't mind my moist wispy pubes.
Like who the fuck has an undercut like going into each side of their shaft like that? Mine's more like, I don't know about yours, but it's more Brillo kind of.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is maybe the problem is they haven't. Maybe what they need to do is take like, you know, a strong Newfound, a Scottish, Polynesian, a Scottish
Chilean.
Highlander. Take a farmer from southern Gore.
A
Do you know what I
guy
mean?
from with Viking blood in them. Who
a Polish fucking border guard. Get a South African forward, rugby forward. You know, test it on them first, and then come back to me.
Because right now, maybe they can take this advice because we have to send this to them like
feedback.
Yeah, it was shit. 0 stars.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Now I've got to put other cream on to like perhaps like that lovely. I might see a lovely lass tonight. Perhaps she likes to be teabagged. That's out of the question. Now.
No, yeah.
You know,
maybe she's giving you head and she's like, I'm gonna lick his balls.
Yeah,
because men love that, and they do.
Yep.
And you're like, whoa,
don't
darling.
fucking suck on it like it's the everlasting gobstopper.
You might end up with a Domio grin down there.
Yeah, it's that time of month. Yeah, because I use manshave.com fucking products. That's why it's that time of month.
Yeah.
Get fucked. And so it's 0 stars for me.
I tell you what I'm going to do with mine.
Keep your money.
Is I've got a bit of steak in the freezer.
Fuck, I shouldn't drink while you talk.
I've got a bit of steak in the freezer. I will put it on the steak until meat gets clogged in it, and then I'll send it back and be like, oh, it didn't work, and you owe me some testicles.
It's chunks of flesh.
Yeah, I'm not a man anymore. Do you have a pushy shaver?
Yeah.
Any one of those?
I'm not kidding. There was blood. There was blood.
There was blood.
There was blood.
There will be blood.
There will be blood. If you use manshave.com products, stick to Manscaped. The one that's always on fucking. Like, I was watching UFC, like, this fight brought to you by Harley Davidson, the king of Harleys, and Manscaped for all your Manscaped needs. Like hearing Bruce Buffer say, "Oh no!" Like, it was good enough for the UFC and Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
Good enough, like, you don't hear him go to manshave.com.
Do you think those UFC guys are ball trimming?
Are ball trimmers?
Do you think if you're I don't know many UFC fighters these days. DC, I know him, but he's retired, isn't he?
He's a commentator now.
Yeah, let's just go with him because I know him.
Okay.
If you're DC, do you think before a match you're trimming your balls?
Surely, like, because man, I reckon if your nether region hair gets a bit too long and you got to wear like, you know, a cup or a box,
yeah,
I reckon it'll catch.
Yeah,
it'll pull, it'll snag.
Yeah,
so to speak, and no one wants a snag in the box.
No, that's 100% right.
No one's a snaggy box.
I'll tell you another good reason to trim your pubes.
Gotta trim.
You gotta trim. For the ladies.
Trim up top, shave down below, I say.
Yeah. Look, if you've got a lady in your life, you need to trim. down there.
Or a man. It's
Or a man.
do
If you've got a
2022.
partner in your life who likes to go down there,
Yeah.
you need to keep that shit trim. But I tell you the other reason is if you don't,
Why?
is are you ever going to have a wank and you go through that up tug and hair comes with it and it rips out?
Nah, because I actually have a vigorous like manscaping regime from
do you?
Yeah, it's
See,
to me it just
before I
feels
started
dirty.
manscaping, that was a problem.
Well, so on the downstroke and then you go up again, the hair.
Well, maybe you start off with an up to shake it up.
But
Maybe you're like tonight I'm going to start with an upstroke instead of a downstroke.
Well, I'm just trying to like figure out what you're saying. So like your pubes are so long that they are
Yeah.
longer than your dick, basically.
No, like maybe you're grabbing from the bottom of the shaft to go
Right.
up,
Right.
and when you go to grab, it grabs a bunch of pubes with it and tugs.
Oh.
Yeah, that would hurt.
I've never had like. Yeah, my once every few weeks kind of guy. Like since high school.
Well, I tell you another reason you should trim your pubes is you smell better.
Yeah. Well, if someone's gonna come around, you clean up first, right? Like.
Exactly. You wash your hair.
Yeah. Exactly.
You wash your dick too.
Well, you'd hope so, or you get liquid hot smackma.
But without the pubes, it stays cleaner.
But then, how much manscaping is too much? Like you don't want to be like a newborn, like prepubescent, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like don't put Veet or what?
Yeah, you don't want to be that.
Oh, I thought like yeah, you got to do that. You got to be as smooth as possible. I'd be like, oh, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know. I don't think yours. And okay, let's go a step further. When you're shaving your fucking scrotum, right? How far down do you go? Like, you got gooch down there. How far do you go? Like,
I go right round.
What the fuck does round mean? Like right round what?
Right round.
Right round.
Right round, baby, right round. Like a record baby.
Like no right because when you say
Right to the gooch. Right round the gooch.
Oh,
to the
when
bum hole. Around the bum hole.
You shave your asshole?
No, I don't shave it, I beat it.
Huh, fascinating. I've never.
I sure as shit don't man shave it, that's for fucking sure.
You don't man shave it. Well, Jesus.
Otherwise, I'll be pooing in all sorts of directions.
Oh no, it would sting a lot.
Yeah, well,
It would fucking sting. And if you're a sort of house that doesn't invest in 3-ply, and you're one of those quote unquote Kiwi soft, which is nothing soft
that's
about
nasty
it.
shit.
It's misleading. Kiwi soft.
Yeah. It's like Kiwi hot.
It's what?
Kiwi hot when you
Oh
get
yeah.
curry.
Do you want our hot or
Or Kiwi hot.
like so? What's that medium like? Like no, I live life on the edge. I get like butter chicken medium.
Yeah.
Trust me, every Indian restaurant where you order butter chicken instantly hate you. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
like you fucked.
They're like, we have a whole culture and you want this.
Yeah, we don't even have this in our country.
Yeah.
like, fuck, what's your butter chicken like over in fucking Mumbai or some shit? What's it like over there? No, Delhi. Like, please leave my restaurant, please.
Yeah.
Don't come back.
I like to get whatever the chef special is.
Whatever shit. Oh, nice.
Because you walk in an Indian place and the chef special is like, nice aromatic goat curry. I'm like, that's what I want.
Oh, goat curry's the
Hell yeah.
Was it you that were talking about your butter pork instead of butter chicken? It's butter
Pork. Rangras.
Yeah.
They do every curry with pork.
Oh yeah, Wranglers has been
Yeah.
they've been the shit forever.
Can I talk about some food? I need to give a massive plug. I can't plug this place enough. I've actually been plugging it on my Facebook page non-stop since I've had it. Not non-stop, every time I've had it. There's a new food truck in town.
Yeah.
And they're...
When you say, is it in the square or
Yep,
is it
in the square.
daily sort of buzz?
Yeah, daily buzz in the square. I think they're there Monday to Saturday. But
Okay.
as they're good Pacific Island people,
Is it Polynesian food?
Polynesian food.
Okay, well now you
Yep. But I don't think they're Sunday because I think they're busy at church.
I just call it food, but
Yeah, well, you would. Man, it was good. So, they do two menus depending on the day.
yeah, the one that the first time you sent it to me, it was like the coleslaw and then the sausage and stuff. I'm like, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Like,
So, they do a barbecue menu on, I think it's Thursdays and Fridays, where you get a bit of chicken. I think it's thigh. I was surprised it wasn't drumsticks, it was thighs. A lamb, bit of lamb.
like a lamb chop or
Like a lamb rib sort of thing.
lamb.
It was on a bit of bone.
Okay,
Yeah, a bit of fat on top, which was
like a bit of shit.
what you want.
Yeah, hard. Okay.
Real thin, only about an inch thick. Delicious. You get a little bit of pork belly
bit of
and
fucking
a
pork
slice of pork belly, and you get a sausage. Now, the sausage is nothing to write home about. It's just a pre-cooked sausage.
It's a sausage.
Yeah, it's just a pre-cooked, plain Heller's sausage.
Those are the best ones anyway.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hard.
And then you get a big scoop of potato salad and a big scoop of fucking amazing coleslaw. And it was amazing. I don't like coleslaw.
They sound like they could be Cook Island or those.
I think they're Tongan.
Ugh.
No, it's good. It was good.
Okay.
So the coleslaw.
My natural reaction is Tongan. I'm like, ugh. I don't mean that.
They might know. I could be wrong. And if you're listening and you work there, please correct me.
Sorry for my ignorance.
Yeah. No, my wife said, no, I think they're Tongan.
Okay, it doesn't sound like Tongan because of the coleslaw and the.
Yeah.
But
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're Samoa. Maybe they're Cook Island. Maybe they're Niuean.
But holler me with like something like a Polynesian dish, like and what you.
Okay. So anyway, the potato salad was exactly what you wanted it to be. It was thick. The potatoes were creamy, and it was potatoes and eggs, and I think that was it, and dressing.
Okay.
Thick as. No runny sauce.
Yeah.
Oh.
No bloody eat of mayonnaise or.
Needed a little bit of salt. But other than that, fucking brilliant. The coleslaw was cabbage,
Coleslaw. Yeah.
But I think they put pineapple in it,
Okay.
and the dressing was a little pink.
Yeah, this is beetroot. Was it
Yeah.
beetroot?
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Culling down the islands now. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And then so the other days they do a choice of 2 dishes. One is chop suey with potato salad.
Okay.
Chop suey is full of capsicum and delicious.
Full of capsicum.
Yeah, it had a good amount, not full, but like had
Never heard of capsicum.
a capsicum taste to it.
Does he? I've never heard of
Nice, juicy, tender pieces of steak, and
Okay, they
and
sound
your
like
chop suey. It was great.
How dark was the? How dark was the?
Oh, yeah, fairly dark.
They sound like they're doing it well. They're
doing it really well.
They sound, if any, they could be Niuean because that's fucking.
Hey,
that's.
for all I know,
And well, I'm gonna stab at Cook Islands here, like because they know how to do their. Sounding good, bro. Okay.
It was good.
Okay.
Now you get that with potato salad, right? And
Right.
hold on, if I zoom in on this stuff, there you go. Look, see if you can see that. That's the colour of the chop suey.
They had bits of, so it was tenderized steak.
Yeah, it was just little thin strips
Wow, that's good. Yep.
of like schnitzel, and capsicum, like I said, little tiny strips of capsicum.
I've never. Yeah, that's buzzy.
Oh, the capsicum was amazing.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
sweet. You know what I mean? Like they used nice capsicum. The other option is a chicken curry with rice. But when I went, they had sold out of rice. So
Right.
they said, "Do you want a potato salad?" And I almost jumped in the truck and gave her a kiss.
I'm like, that's an option.
I'm
that
like,
sounds great.
I said to her,
That should be your standy.
"Fuck yes," is what I said.
How many times have you been to these
Twice. She's like,
They were-
"We're out of rice. Are you okay with potato salad?" I was like, "Oh, fuck yes.
But what?
Load it up, auntie.
I'm guilty.
Load it
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
auntie.
That's quite auntie, cuz. Like,
Oh, man.
now in terms of like, what I want to ask you is the fucking the chicken curry. That's quite a vague. So like,
So it was thick, tasty.
like a brown kind of just a standy, like aunties, you know.
There you go. There's a picture of it. The only criticism I'll say is the chicken was a little bit dry.
See, for me, I love that shit. Not because I like it dry, because otherwise, I'm one of those guys with my immune system. If the chicken has even got a little bit of glistening to it, even though it's cooked,
You're
I'm
like,
fucked.
I'm out.
No, my body's just like, hello, food poisoning,
Yeah.
48 hours. So,
Yeah.
that's the way I like.
It was a little bit spicy. Had potatoes in it, and you know when you get a good curry, the potatoes, the
It's
curry's all the way
soaked through.
through. That's what that was.
So they've obviously taken the
thick.
time with it. Like they
The only thing it needed, that curry, was a nice piece of bread to mop it up with.
nice bit of bread,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know when you have a curry and you get a naan and you mop that shit.
100%.
Yeah, that's what it needed. A dry piece of bread to just mop it up.
Okay, so what are they called? What are the business called?
I forgot. It's called... Hold on, let me just open my thing. I'll tell you exactly what it's called.
Because like this whole product placement thing, like it'd be cool if we could like plug local businesses, and
would be
selfishly,
cool.
we could fucking get free feeds out of it. And
Oh, I would take a free feed from here any day over
Zeta-
money. Zeta's Kitchen.
Zeta's Kitchen.
Yeah, they're called Zeta's Kitchen. Food truck in the square. They're where... you know where the bus stop is? The big bus terminal? They're like in the square facing it. Just outside the information centre.
Right. And does it say like, is it a family run?
It's a family run. I think they're there sometime around like 11 till whenever they sell out. I think it's like 7:30, 6:30. But they must sell out quick because when I went, like I said, they'd already run out of rice.
Is that right? Zeta's
So
Kitchen.
Zeta's Kitchen,
We-
$12. $12 for the curry and $12 for the chop suey.
Zeta's Kitchen in the square in Palmerston North.
Yeah, go there.
Tell them that we sent you.
Yeah, tell 'em.
Let's scheme this shit. I'm serious. Let's fucking plug some local businesses.
Yeah.
And we'll get people to go in and say, hey, this podcast before you jump came along, like, you're like the ninth customer today.
Yeah.
And then we come along like, before you jump, like, yes, that's been happening. It was like, we're actually...
You're welcome. We'll take our 5%.
Whereas like, you know, you probably already know this is formalities when Kels is Dylan from before you... no, like...
You may have heard of us.
Yeah, no, but more like, sort of introduce ourselves and be like, we have been plugging your business because we're massive fans and we just told people to come through to you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, we're getting quite a few, like, surely that'll at least get a free, like, dinner, like, one-off, like, right?
Even if it's one tray each.
Exactly, that's what I'm asking for.
Do you know what I
Really.
mean? Just a tray of curry.
And we'll be walking away just giggling like, well, like, you know, thieves in the night. Like, what other businesses could we promote / exploit?
I tell you what I want to do. Fuck.
Yeah.
Speaking of exploiting people,
Yes.
we need to get KFC on board.
Oh my fucking
And I'll tell you why.
God, yes.
Because the other
why?
day we wanted KFC. Right?
Yeah, you do,
Maybe
yeah.
this is a week ago now. We wanted KFC and we're browsing through all the specials. And for the first time ever, I saw they do a bucket of hot wings.
Or a bucket of, like, wicked wings?
Wicked wings.
A bucket, though. Not a
bucket.
little cardboard box or anything. A bucket.
It was a bucket
Your
meal.
classic fucking KFC bucket with the red and white strips with the
Yeah.
kernel on the side. How
Hot
many
wings.
motherfuckers are in that,
Hold on,
in that bucket?
I'm going to pull it up.
Look how excited we got.
I
Instantly.
reckon what we're going to do is go get one each.
A bucket each?
Bucket. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm not sharing with you, motherfucker. I want my own bucket.
Nigga, do you think I want to fucking share with you? No, like...
I mean, anything else I would share, but fucking wicked wings.
yeah, a bucket of them.
So they do an 8-pack,
What a world we
a
live
12-pack, and then they do the bucket 20
in. 20.
for $30.
20 and a fucking wicked wings.
Yeah. 20 wicked wings, $30. What do you reckon? Get one each?
Yeah, and then we've got some sides.
Oh, I just want wicked wings and a Coke.
Yeah, fizzy.
Yeah.
Fucking fizzy.
And we just see if we can get through the bucket.
See if, well, I will give her the
I
bucket.
know you will. I've never eaten 20 wicked wings.
Really? Oh.
But we got to get KFC on board.
Yeah, now, the thing, like, the KFC that are local, are they locally owned, like, for, like, franchise? Because
I think so.
locally owned and operated sort of buzz?
I think they're franchise, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we've got to get hold of the managers and be like, would you
Yeah.
sponsor us?
Yeah,
A bucket
or like
each.
look at and sort of by then that's when the salesman will come out and be like, as you can see with businesses surrounding businesses that we have promoted on our
Zeta's Kitchen and
blah blah blah, like, and look at the testimonial.
man shaving.
No, not man shaving. Man shaving, you get fucked. I didn't even know what country that was fucking made in. Like,
I think Russia, to be honest.
that was meant to be the Cadillac of fucking manscaping, and it was more like the Daihatsu Charade of fucking manscaping. Like a manual fucking...
Like a brown 87 Toyota Corolla.
Ford Cortina. The Ford Cortina of hair trimming. You're like, I don't think that sounds great.
Yeah.
Like, but then
I don't think I want a Ford Cortina on my balls, to be
But
honest.
it's more like, look, we only usually plug local businesses, but, you know, we just obviously are big KFC fans. But then, what are they going to get out of it?
Yeah, they don't need us. We need them.
100%, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, more like if we...
I don't think without us, this Kentucky will last.
Yeah. You know, it's like, well, we have been on the cusp of bankruptcy and financial ruin lately.
Yeah.
KFC's not a brand that
Chicken's
people...
not cheap these
Yeah,
days.
chicken's not cheap these days, and the Colonel is, well, it doesn't have cultural diversity in the local anymore. Like, now Colonel's got an afro, like, I don't know.
Do you think it's weird how KFC has become the most culturally... Like, it's everywhere,
Yeah.
and they've never diversified their advertising.
No, it's very down south hillbilly, yeehaw kind of with the Colonel.
Because if you think about the stereotypes in this country alone of who eats KFC,
Oh, yeah, we know.
it's very racist.
Very, very racist.
But they've never catered, like, they've never been like,
Because they don't need to.
yeah, exactly.
We're already flocking by the droves. They don't need
Oh, fuck, I love that place.
to... Yeah.
I fucking love KFC.
Bring back the fucking corn on the cob of the yellow fucking skillets.
Oh, man.
Come on, dog.
There's two things I wish I'd bring back. Is corn on the cob. I love that shit.
And the wet towelettes.
The wet towelettes.
Is that what you're
Oh
doing?
man.
Yep, 100%.
I try wetting them now myself, and they just disintegrate.
Yeah.
Do you know what else I've gotten rid of?
What?
Plastic spoons.
The red plastic, the classic red
Gone.
plastic spoon. What's in the place?
Wooden ones.
Oh.
Like I said, we got it the other day because my niece was here, so we got like a 50 pack or something, and they gave us a handful of wooden spoons. It's so now you got to choose. Do you want to save the trees or the fish?
Fuck just give me the red spoons.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The red spoons were as iconic to me
Yeah, they were
as
synonymous.
Cobb & Co. red pencils.
What a reference!
Like that.
that was a really well played, sir. Oh, the
You're
red,
coming home with your red pencil?
yeah, the red Common Code pencil with the fucking the maze and then the little
Yeah.
and you get those hard deep fried little those like it was like a complimentary. They were like biggins, you know, but deep fried.
Oh, tatties.
Deep fried tatties, like
Yeah.
they were complimentary. You could go in there and peruse the menu, eat the tatties, and be like, I don't really feel like Common Code.
I see you don't have any lamb cutlets today. I shall be back tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so how bad?
What's this? No foie gras on the menu?
This is no seven hot with 7 tars on the end.
If you don't have the foie gras, I will take the roast duck. What's this?
What is this? Is this
No duck confit?
no Peking. This is bullshit. Like I remember when back in the day when Cobb & Co was around, my dad would get the ribs and it would come with a complimentary Cobb & Co white bib.
Oh,
back
yeah?
in the day, and it's just.
I don't know if you ever had the ribs.
Is there a true blue Cobb & Co around still?
Levin, there's one.
There is fucking Levin.
Yeah, we should go.
We should fucking go and be like walking in like, whoa, it's like walking into a time machine.
Although if you're going to go all that way, just keep going to Wellington and get something good.
Yeah. Or Fisherman's Table on the way.
Oh, that place. I love that place.
How the fuck did that not?
I don't even like seafood and I love it.
Really? You don't like seafood? But
They do a good crumb fish though.
Oh my god! They still have the old the salad bar.
Yes.
With the captain the big wheel like
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, good time.
That's Jen's favourite place to eat.
It would. We used to have it here in town.
Yeah,
I know. Real estate too, right above fucking Subway.
Yeah, in the square.
And then it turned to Fishies because they didn't want to pay an extra 12% for the franchise of Fisherman's Table. Morons.
First mistake.
And now it's like sitting there like just chilling.
Oh man. Yeah, good crumb fish, and they do like this potato croquet.
Anyway, go back to local. Like,
sorry.
So Zeta's.
Zeta's.
KFC is a dream scenario.
Dream get.
But let's I mean, I still haven't. Oh, so the best spring rolls in Palmy, by the way. Took my daughter and mum there on a Saturday.
Here we
go. They didn't open till 5, and until Saturday. Fuck me with thinking they'll be open.
Where'd you go?
Phone-in. Yeah, and it was a fucking Saturday.
Wow, they must have changed.
And it's like, fuck me for thinking at 4 o'clock they're going to be open.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking, no, they're not open till 5.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know how good they are, but, we've got 3 hungry Polynesians here.
Yeah.
2 of them women. One's going through fucking menopause, the other's a cunt. No, one's a fucking moody teenager, one's going through menopause, and they're hungry.
No, that's a recipe for
They're not
disaster.
open right now. It's like, this is my bright idea. Think about an alternative now, because they are like...
They're getting stabby.
Yeah, they go. So, went to Justin Nye, our guest from not too long ago, went to the Manawatu Chinese, like...
Yeah, the takeaways.
Yeah.
How was that? Okay.
Yeah.
That look in your face is not good.
It was like, well, I don't know, I was built up to the point I'm just like, I'm going to orgasm when I take a bite, but it's just Chinese takeaways. They were really nice in there. They were fucking awesome in there.
Okay.
Really, really nice people.
Good
and it
service
was,
then, yeah.
They were nice, like, it was nice.
Yeah.
But I think...
you could have gone closer to home and enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, like, I don't know. But, so I tried those, but trying to go through in my head, like, the next place that we can, try and get free
Noodles
shit
and dumplings.
Oh, of course. Noodles and fucking dumplings.
The best Chinese in town. Hands down.
You.
That's my favourite sweet and sour in town.
Sweet and sour, what? Anything like, is it Because I love sweet and sour wontons. Like, my
Oh, yeah, they do good wontons too.
Okay.
Well, but why would you get the wontons when you just get the dumplings?
I'll get
And what
both.
you do,
I'll get all of them.
you get the sweet and sour pork and the dumplings, and you just dip the dumplings in the sweet and sour sauce. It's their... I love... And their fried rice and fried noodles are to die for.
I haven't dined extensively in their menu for a very long
Yeah,
time.
it's good.
So, like, I reckon that's our next target.
Yeah.
So, we should do that.
I think if you know the owners on a personal level, could you reach out? They'll know who I am. Because I'm there so much. They've literally... When my son was born 2 years ago, the first meal we had was... My wife was like, is he out? Yep. Let's fucking go noodles and dumplings. Honestly, within 3 or 4 days of him being born, we were there.
Wow.
And so the owner is a lady. She's really nice, very friendly. She always says hello to us. She's literally seen him grow up for 2 years now.
Dude, that is the next spot.
So when we walk in, she knows who we are. She doesn't know us though.
They know you enough.
But they know us enough by sight to go
and
like...
they're going to drop some money too.
We always spend about $60.
Oh, what does $60 get you?
It usually gets us a plate of sweet and sour with rice, a plate of dumplings, either a noodles or fried rice, a couple drinks.
So noodles are right. Let's say it's noodles, right? Like fried noodles, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So it's like so you get like fried noodles, you get dumplings, and you get sweet and sour pork with rice for $60.
Sometimes we'll get an entree as well.
Absolutely, dude.
That's still usually about...
Can you tell me about the sweet and sour pork? Does it have that like that cheap Chinese smorgasbord like kind of?
No. It's nice. The meat is real tender.
Thank you. That's
And
what I want to
crispy
know.
on the outside.
God, motherfucking damn it! That sounds
And they
good.
put a little sesame seeds on top.
Sesame seeds.
And they serve it with a cup of white rice. And then the best bit of it is when you're... Oh, and big chunks of carrot and pineapple. And onion. Like big chunks.
Okay.
So that way you get a nice bite of carrot. A nice bite of onion. A nice bite of pineapple.
Steamed dumplings or fried?
We get the fried. And I like mine. I never asked for this, but they seem to know.
Wow. Okay.
A little extra fried.
A little bit more crunch.
A little over fried, if you will.
over fried than
Because that
motherfucker.
way when you bite into it, you get that crunch as you bite in.
Do you soy sauce that shit up?
Yeah, so what I do is I get my little bowl, like a good Chinese restaurant, you get a little bowl and you get a little plate.
Right.
I get my little bowl and then goes the soy sauce and then goes the chili. Like on the table, they've got chili and oil. So I put a little of that in and I give it a little mix to make a little paste, a little sauce, if you will.
Yes.
And that's what the dumplings get. Or I dip them in the sweet and sour.
Dip in the motherfucking sweet and sour.
Jen likes to get the fried rice and put the sweet and sour on top and give it a little...
That sounds like a bit of me.
It is,
I'm a
honestly.
sucker for good sweet and sour and black bean.
I like black bean too. I don't know if they have or we've had it.
No, I like all the above. What we're doing. I like what we're doing here.
The noodles, you've been to Phnom Penh, right?
Of course.
Their noodles are like the Hokkien noodles at Phnom Penh.
Good fucking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thick, they're
Yes.
dark. You can get chicken or beef, and I like the beef better.
I like the beef better too.
And it's a pile of them.
And it's not like it's Hokkien. It's not taking the piss like thick udon noodles. It's Hokkien is.
Nice, thick, but not too thick.
Oh, dude. Yes. Okay. So we've got in our scope in our line of sight. We've got Zeta's Kitchen.
Yeah.
We've got noodles and dumplings, and I think we need a bakery in there. We need to chuck a bakery in here.
Well, why don't we go... I tell you what, I really like that bakery on Tremaine, the pink one.
Piggies?
Piggies.
The one that we went to when I nearly
Yeah.
shot myself in November.
Yeah, that was a fucking nice bakery, that. That's
Yeah.
nice. The
Okay.
one on Vortier Home Bakery, or whatever it's called, on Pioneer,
Well, the Pioneer Home Cookery.
they
one.
don't need our help. They're good.
Okay.
They're always busy. Sun and D's is my favourite.
Yeah, you do
sausage
like-
roll.
Yeah, you do like that sausage roll. I reckon
That was
it can be beat.
when I got out of hospital. That's all I wanted. I said, "Can you please go get me a Sun and D sausage roll?"
Okay.
Oh,
Sun and
they're good.
D. Let's put Sun and D on the motherfucking map.
Yeah,
Oh, I like this shit.
but I do like the piggies. I like that. That steak and cheese pie was great.
Yeah.
I had one from LA Bakery the other day.
What did you have?
A mince and cheese.
Yeah.
Nah,
Nah? Why?
didn't rate it.
In what way? Why? Because I haven't been I haven't been there in a 3 years maybe. I haven't
Okay.
been there so long. So like.
So now, again, everyone has their own taste. Whatever. Okay. I went there for a sandwich, a particular sandwich I know they make, and they didn't have any.
Okay.
I wanted an egg and asparagus sandwich.
Oh yeah, cool.
none there. I had to get a plain egg, and so I thought I'll get a pie to go with it to drown my sorrows because I'm fat.
Right.
And so I said a mince and cheese, and bit into it, and it was a little bit sweet, and that was not good.
A little bit sweet. That
Yeah,
doesn't
the
sound
mince
right.
filling was a little sweet.
I've never.
Yeah, it wasn't, and not like onion sweet. You know when onions sweeten things, and it gives it that nice oniony sweetness. No, this was more like they had put a little sugar in, and it made it a little sweet.
Why?
I don't know, but it wasn't that good.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the other thing. The pastry on the outside was overcooked and undercooked on the inside.
Okay. Well,
So
that
when
doesn't sound like anything
when you
I
get the
like.
lid and you bit into it, it was hard on the like the top layer was hard, but then right below it was raw, and I'm like, ugh,
Ugh.
yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, I ate it because I'm hungry and I
Yeah,
don't
but-
like to waste money, but
I mean, yeah, but.
it went to the bottom of my list. Let me tell you.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's
Piggies.
sad.
This is great.
but piggies is
You know what? And the cool thing
Right.
about all this shit is we get to eat for free, and my balls won't bleed.
that's amazing.
So man shave for the win. No.
I won't be
Fuck it.
ripping Mandy's on the scabs.
No, I did that because I was, it was in the middle of the night, and I would you get to the bathroom, and then in front of the toilet, and you just sort of just drop like jockey without thinking, and it was like a little like rip kind of like sound, like, and
You're
it,
like, ouch.
yeah, and I looked down, and it was just like it was like I was like, do I have like scabies? Like, why are the bumps like raised?
Oh
like,
no, my
what-
pile's burst.
Or it's like my scrotum has braille on it. Like, why is it sort of? It looked like an uncooked turkey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was bumpy. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man shave. I'm like, how badly do I want the money? Not at all.
Yeah,
I want free food. We're onto something.
I think so.
So
I think what we do as well is we make it a package deal and say, look, we will come and record in your premises.
holy, like we're here live at the food. Like, just completely getting in the way. 'Cause
Yeah.
How big's a food truck? They're just like the novelty's wearing. Okay, you guys leave.
Yeah. We're in the food truck. There's already 3 people in there,
Exactly.
and all of them have got less than a metre of personal space.
And we just want to
"Hey!"
pick at one of what we like, So what do you got there? We're just picking at like
Yeah,
eating.
we come in with our own forks. Oh, don't mind us. No. Could you not eat from the serving trays? No, what was that? No, sorry, Auntie. No.
Yeah, and then you like, we'll help you guys. Like, just, like here, you guys. Like, go to the customer, and the customer like, we're half of our meal is missing.
Yeah.
Like, can you guys please leave without a fuss right away?
Yeah, we'll do that thing with like, okay, one more bite, we'll take 5 more. No.
Do we sort of exaggerate our numbers? Do we?
Well, not now, because I can hear that we're going to lie.
Yeah. Oh, damn our fucking morals and our not editing.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that. That sounds sad. Like,
I think we just tell them what we're about.
yeah, and
Free food. We're
Yeah.
about free food.
and we, it's got. Let's wet our beak on this one. This is cool. This is great.
I do think we need to wrap up. I think we've been here for quite a while.
It's getting quite dark in here.
I'm very glad you're well again.
Thank you, bro. Yeah,
I'm so glad to hear that you overcame your biggest challenge.
yeah, that was a biggie.
That's massive. Like I
And
can't.
I fucking haven't. I kind of put it on the back show. I didn't really want to talk about it
Yeah.
because that was hard to talk about. But I'm glad I did.
I don't say this to many people, but I'm very proud
Thanks, bro. Yeah,
of you.
That was big.
I was literally sitting here in awe of what you're saying because that's a massive achievement,
Yeah,
but it's also a massive thing to talk about. So,
I
well
wasn't
done you.
expecting to talk about it. I'm glad I did, bro.
I'm glad you did too. So, before you jump, Veet, don't man shave.
Very good fucking plug. Before you fucking jump, and you're making sure that you manscape, don't use manshave.com
No.
because your
They'll
balls,
think that's the cause of death.
because your balls will bleed.
Yeah. They'll be like, cause of death.
Bad babysitting.
Listen,
what a
Mrs. Stewart, he didn't suffer. He hit the rocks, and that was it at the bottom of the cliff. But I must say, his testicles are in a terrible state.
Yeah, dire straits. But I thought that he landed head first. How did his testicles like? Oh no, they didn't hit the rocks. But by the looks of it, and we've seen a few cases lately. I think he uses manshave.com.
Mrs. Stewart, I must ask you, did you torture his testicles?
Why are
No,
they butchered?
not at all.
This
They
is like a-
look eaten.
Now, is your son Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah.
Because it looks like it.
Listen, did Dylan ever masturbate with knives? Because, my God.
My goodness gracious me, does he like to play with cheese graters in such a way? Like, does he take fucking wrestling death matches to a whole new level?
Well, he loved it, but normally I just had to cheese grate his ass, never his balls.
Does your wife have braces recently? Like, no? So it's either that. Okay, so he must use manshape.com.
Mrs. Stewart, do you have a Doberman at home? Because it looks like you got hold of your husband's testicles. And did that thing with dogs, like playing tug of war.